Story time with Karen. You didn't ask for it, but you're gonna get it. Wait, did I do it right?
Yeah, you did it right.
That took so much practice. You guys have no idea.
You finally got the wording right.
Finally got it right. That was totally not 3 takes of me trying to get it. Hi, how you doing? I'm JMar Reid, and I have the absolute pleasure being here with
Karen Diaz.
Hence the story time with Karen. How are you doing today?
I am good. I'm so nervous. I don't know why.
Don't be nervous. You're gonna do amazing. Now, we do have to get some of the formalities out of the way, obviously.
Okay.
Now, I know
Let's do this.
everybody, we all know Karen from all the pageants and whatnot, and we're gonna get to other stuff outside of that, but we gotta get these questions first. First off, could you say your name again, how old you are, and just to make it fun, if you could describe yourself in, let's say, 1 sentence, how would you describe yourself?
Okay. I won't tell you my government name, but it's Karen Diaz. I'm 34 years old. And a sentence to describe myself, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I would say a happy, healthy chicken nugget, man.
A happy, healthy chicken nugget.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on the tagline of the episode. A happy, healthy
I'll
chicken
trademark
nugget.
it. Happy, healthy chicken nugget.
Story time with happy, healthy chicken nugget. I love it. It has a ring to it. All right, now, as I said before, today isn't entirely just going to be about pageants. It's going to be about getting to know the real Karen. So we're going to see if we can peel back some of those layers. But it's going to be hard to do that without at least first addressing the ginormous crowns behind us and on your head.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us about them?
Yeah, so to be honest, I never saw myself in pageantry. Not even close to it. I just started wanting to figure out ways to start representing my community and really build a name. And I was just like, you know what? I was talking to friends around, and there was like a woman who also did photography, and she used to have a show back in the day when like Jersey Shore was in.
Yeah.
And it was like a mommy and daughter pageant duo, so like all these like reality TV show. And she's like, oh, you should get into pageants. And I was like, you're crazy. Because in my head, it was like the stereotypic where it's like always like, the entertainment look.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, this lady, like, she's crazy. I don't know what she sees. And the more that I started thinking about it and praying about it, I was like, okay, God, if this is really from you, then you'll open ways. And so I had talked to her about it. And she's like, oh, there's actually one coming up, and it's Miss Route 66, and you're always in the high desert, you're always involved, like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You just need to find a nonprofit that you are involved with, which you already know you are. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'll do it. And that's where everything just kind of snowballed after that. So it's been a really great journey.
Nice. And that became your first pageant, yeah?
That was my first pageant.
Do you want to tell us about it?
Oh my gosh, I overshared in the application. Definitely overshared.
I don't know if anyone else, I'm so sorry, I don't know if anyone else is curious about this. Like a pageant application, when you say you overshared, what does that mean? What are they asking you?
So basically they were asking me questions on like who I was, what was my background, like the nonprofits, that like what I did in the community. And it was just like getting to know Karen behind the screen. So I thought it was just, like when you fill out an application.
Yeah.
No, they read it to all the people.
Oh.
And I was like, I have a brother, I have a sister, she has this, she has that. And then there was like one question where it was what is one characteristic that you love about yourself? And everyone's like, oh, my sense of humor, like all this stuff. And here I am, like, my calves.
You get points for honesty.
Because I had no idea what they meant. It was like my first ever pageant. But yeah, I was adopted. I grew up in a different country. It was just oversharing. And they were reading it to all those people. And I'm just there like, just wanting to crawl under a rock at that moment. Yeah.
Now, I know you just said that you're adopted and you grew up in a different country. I know you just said you overshare, but I kind of want to get into that a little bit later, if that's okay with you, all right? But before all of that, I want to stay on the topic of this very first pageant. Were you nervous?
I was nervous because I didn't have a pageant walk. I just was basically thrown into it. And it was trying to have the poise. And I just went out there and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to wing it because, go big or go home. And so the whole time, I think I was just more nervous because they were oversharing everything on that application.
Yeah.
So it was can I get off the stage right now? And she's like, you know what, I'll have her read the rest. And I was like, no, there's a video of me going, no. She's like, okay, and this is where her interview ends. Yes, it was funny, but yeah, I was definitely nervous.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be trying to find that video. That sounds hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Did people in your life support you immediately when you told them that this was the journey you wanted to go down?
To be honest, because I was so involved in the community at the time, I was working for a senator, and even before working for the senator, I was already involved with a nonprofit called Rockin' Our Disabilities that helps out families and individuals with special needs. So she's a massive powerhouse. Like, Dana Hernandez is such a powerhouse in the high desert, and she always had connections to everybody. And the more I started helping her out with media, the more people started recognizing me.
Yeah.
So the moment I was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna apply for a pageant, and people were like, okay, like, does it cost money? I was like, yeah. I was like, it's $300. Someone has to like figure something out. And all these businesses were like, we'll support you. And I was like, I mean, God, I did say if this was from you, then make a way. So like, it was fully paid. Like, people were so supportive, and like all the people I was involved with. So it was a great time, definitely.
Scripture says what? Make a plan, write it down?
Yeah.
Yeah? And, well, we found a way. Now, I
Write it
actually
down,
feel...
make it plain. There you go.
There it is. There it is. I almost had it. I was so close.
Write it down, make it plain.
There it is. Now, I feel so lucky to be here because I don't already know like as much about pageantry, obviously. So I feel like there's a lot of things that I can learn here. Are there any like misconceptions that you think that people normally have about pageantry that you could either tell us about or dispel?
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of people expect the girls to be really stuck up, which, I mean, there was some where they were a little questionable, but in reality, if you really sat there and listened to all of their stories and what they were representing, it was wow, like, all these ladies are doing something different, and each one is trying to shine a light in their community. And it was, like, of course, many of them have like what pageantry person should eat and like look, but it was other ones that were just like, yo, I'm just here because I'm here to make a difference. So it was nice to see different perspectives of it. But yeah, everyone ended up like, I got really good friends out of it, and they were all supportive. It was such a fun time because you got to see everyone's colors, because everyone's so different but so alike at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, I feel like I'm stating the obvious when I say this, but you've held many titles.
Yes.
How have each one of them, what do they each mean to you?
So the Route 66 meant a lot because obviously Route 66 is in Victorville, and just everything, because Route 66, when it was built to support small businesses. It was built to shine a light. It was built to make a difference. It wasn't just about cars. It wasn't just about location, scenery. It was literally about supporting small-owned businesses. And with that, like I said, it was a snowball to everything. And from there, it went to Miss US, because I was just like, okay, I want to expand it outside of just Route 66, because Route 66 is only like a small part of Victorville. So I was like, I want to go into Apple Valley, I want to go into Adelanto, I want to go into Victorville, I want to go to Hesperia. Like, all these kids, like, I want to be an example to them, because like I said, when I went for Miss Route 66, my nonprofit was Rockin' Our Disabilities. So I was trying to teach kids that even if you're different, you can still make a difference. Because in 2019, I was diagnosed with an anxiety panic disorder. And for a time, it took a while for me to navigate and to really become the person you see today. Because if you would have met me back then, my panic attacks were mimicking seizures. I couldn't leave my house. I was losing my job. I had to drop out of school. And so it was hard. And when I got hired with Rockin' Our Disabilities, I had that mentality of, oh, well, these kids have disabilities, so they can only go so far. So, like, how am I gonna showcase that? Like, how do I show that on film? How do I show that on photography? But these kids had so much talent. Like, they were good at drawing, they were good at crafts, they were at the Nike 3-on-3, and I was like, whoa, like, that was such a misconception of things. And I was like, these kids are doing way, like, advanced things than we are. And I was like, we need to stop labeling them as not being able to do things, because they're just like us. And so I was just like, I feel like I need to be an example to a person, because those that are struggling with that mental health area, I never want them to think that it's not possible to navigate. Like, it does get better, and during that time, you get to learn new things. And I never thought I would be doing media. I never thought I'd be in front of a camera. I never saw myself that, because in my head, I was stuck in, I have a disability and I will never be normal. But having all that and going through all that, it made me the person that I am today. So it was literally started off with a small street to wanting to go to different cities, and then now to represent more things. So it literally started off small and it went big.
I love that. Now, I know you just described it as more things, but I kind of want to stick on this just a little bit, because right now, and I hope I got the title right, it is United USA Miss California 2026, correct?
Yes.
Congratulations, first off.
Thank you.
What does this one mean?
So this one, so I've done 4 pageants and won 4.
You won 4 out of 4?
Yeah, 4 to
That's
4.
that Wendy's score. That's perfect. Some people will get that. Someone out there's gonna get that. I promise. You know?
No, I want spicy chicken nuggets.
Can we get a sponsorship?
Hey, for real, let us know. So I obviously represented Rock and Art Disabilities for these 3, but then, to be honest, I didn't think I would return back to pageants. Like, I was so adamant on, I'm not gonna return, but if it's in God's will, it will happen. And I was still applying for them because it's hard to find a pageant in my age group, because most pageants end at 27. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep applying to all these, and if one happens, it happens. And at the time, I was going through a lot in my life, so I was like, okay, God, like, I'm just gonna push everything aside and just, if it happens, it happens. And then they called and they were like, oh, we want to interview you, we want to get to know you. So I started all these, sorry, saw from the corner of my eye. Yeah, it was.
For anyone who didn't just see that, we're having like a workout session right behind the camera, and it was perfectly
beautiful.
placed. Amazing form,
those
honestly.
squats were wrong.
Camera, you just missed a jump. A jump.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
You know what? I love hearing about all these pageants and how each one of them is shaped you and whatnot. But there's one pressing question that I have that I've been dying to ask since we started this.
What is it?
Be honest, how many bobby pins are in your hair right now? How many are holding that crap?
To be honest, there's so many because my head is so small. Yeah, and also these things hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Like the circular ones are so much easier because you just tighten them to your head. But the ones with the actual clips, they just, because my head's so small, it just like digs in too. So I always have to put so many bobby pins to try and hold it up. But they're so heavy, so it pushes the bobby pins down. But I would say anywhere from like, I think I have 5 on each side, so maybe 10. And then I think I have 2 in the middle, so maybe 12.
Everyone else who is thinking the exact same thing as me, you're welcome. I'm here for you. No, I know everyone sees the crown, but what people don't realize is what you're actually here representing. High Desert, we love you.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So before we saw the wonderful physical activity that was happening in the back. Praise be. It was, so this time, once the interview happened and they're like, hey, we actually want to have you represent California. So out of all the candidates that we have, we want you to fight for California. I was like, wait, hold on. I thought I was just gonna do like the high desert or like Southern California. And she's like, no, like you're gonna represent California. I was like, woo, okay. She's like, I need you to pick a nonprofit. And I was gonna say Rock and Art Disabilities, but God was just like, I need you to pull it into High Desert, we love you. And I was just like, okay, like why High Desert, we love you? And so I had told her, and she's like, oh, like what is it about? Like what do you guys do? And I was just like, every single year in August, our congregation takes a whole week to serve back into the community. Because our pastor went to a conference, and Pastor Che, he went to a conference, and someone said a quote that said, if your church were to go missing today, would your community feel it? Like, would they feel the impact? And he was like, would they feel it? And so he's like, we have to start getting involved. Like, what can we do? And the more he started getting involved into the community, he realized that there was already people already stepping in. And he's like, okay, so instead of creating something new, how about we just step in with them? So whatever they need help in, we're gonna come in and give them the manpower or the finances or the support, whatever they need. So They chose 5 nonprofits, and it's been growing every single year. Like last year, we stuffed a whole bus full of clothing, a VVTA bus full of 21,000 pounds of clothing. Our congregation donated $21,000, which gets dispersed through the 5 nonprofits that we choose. And then we had over 210 volunteers, 617 hours served, and over 800 families were impacted by that. So this year we're doubling it up. And so that was, to be honest, that's what brought me into the church, was because I had came in a month before the first ever High Desert We Love You. And I was like, oh, before I get involved into this church, because every church is always too nice, like there's something hidden about them and I'm gonna figure it out. So I was just like, okay, before I do this. And so I was watching them behind the scenes, but still serving. And during that time, it just changed my life. And I was like, whoa, because we're not just changing lives of those we're serving, but we're also being changed by serving. So the second year I got involved into media. Then the third year I was kind of the right-hand person to Pastor Ian. And so I served at a bigger capacity. And this year I'm serving again at that same capacity. And now we have like a bigger group of High Desert We Love You, because now people are starting to see like the vision.
Yeah.
And so this year we're gonna stuff 2 VVTA buses. So we're gonna be getting anywhere from like 20 to 60 pounds of clothing. We are also filling up a microlink full of baby products for Rose of Sharon that helps out new mommies that just can't afford formula, wipes, anything like that. We are helping out the 111 Foundation, which is helping out the unhoused, because we have a huge homeless population. And though we have the wellness center by the city of Victorville, because we have so many, they can only serve so many. So it's like now we get to come in and we get to help. And we're also serving Restore Unity with their food pantry. Then we are we're doing a root beer festival at the city of Hesperia and bringing like a bunch of resources to that city. That day we're gonna go all in, because we just, like I said, it's all about serving. And I think with the crowns and everything, like I said, it's being an example, because it's not about the titles, it's not about the attention, it's really where your heart is and how you're using your heart to serve back.
You're helping so many people.
Yeah.
What made you fall in love with helping and serving the community?
To be honest, I think I always had that heart, but I didn't want to admit it to myself, because I always used to take those tests of the strength finders, and I would always get the whoa. And
The strength finders?
Yes.
What is that?
It's like a test where it tests out like your strengths.
Yeah.
So like, are you good at administration? Are you good at peoples? Are you good at planning? Are you so it marginalizes you in different areas?
Yeah.
And every single time, it was always about people. And so they were just like, oh, your greatest strength as well, which is winning others over. I used to get frustrated because I was like, I could be a leader, I could be a manager, I could do this. And so I always used to reject it. And once I got diagnosed with my anxiety and panic disorder, it was I wish someone would have given me grace and people would have been there to support me and understand me during that time, because I felt so lost and like the depression kicked in and all that stuff. And I was in such a very low place. And so I was just like, you know what? If I could be that help to somebody who's going through that, like I want to be there. And during the time that I was working for the senator and the nonprofits, I had really great mentors that really taught me how to bridge that gap, where they're just like, hey, sometimes you may not see eye to eye. And especially being in the political world, most people don't see eye to eye. So it's like, how could you bridge that gap? So I became that. And it was this person would have never met this person, and it would have never expanded to that. And it's knowing that you played a small role that became into a bigger role.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm curious.
Yeah.
So that sounds like really interesting, and you're touching all these different facets of life. Surely there's at least one story that like really sticks with you right now.
Ooh, I don't.
No pressure, but like what's one story?
One story? To be honest, I just think all the High Desert We Love You is because, I got to interview people. So our first year that we had done the clothing drive in a different manner, because the first time it was done at the church. The second time we had partnered up with High Desert Second Chance, which is our biggest food pantry in the county of San Bernardino.
Yeah.
Like, that place does so much, and it's widely known. They distribute all the foods throughout the high desert. And so we did the clothing drive with them, and having so many families show up during that time, and they were just like, hey, like, if people want to be interviewed, because, you know, when you're going through a rough time, you don't really want to share your story. But it was hearing like, if it wasn't me hearing this, then my daughter would not have stuff to go to school, or I wouldn't have clothes to go to my interview. And it was just hearing like if you only knew, like, I just had a house fire and I can't afford anything, so like having this clothes, it helps out. So it was just knowing again that you were just a little part of a bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, in order to go through for pageantry, and then I have some more pressing questions about you that I really am curious about after all this. I know there's a technical side of this where you have to find sponsors or something like that. How does that work, and how does that develop from your first sponsor that you told us about to the current ones?
So with this one, with the Miss Route 66, that one was my most affordable one ever. It was only $300. So 2 businesses came in and each did $150. The Miss USA, that one was like over $3,000. And it was just, to be honest, because my community knew me so well and because I was so involved, it was always you may sponsor me, but I want to do something for you. So like I would do media for them. I would shout them out all the time. Like I would do whatever I could to send them clients. So it was kind of like a back and forth, because if you're putting that much belief in me, like I also want you to know that I'm putting belief in you. Like I never got a sponsor that I didn't have a backing for, because I also didn't want to be like, oh, well, hypothetically, I don't drink. So I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, let me get sponsored by Budweiser because I don't drink. It was always that I want to be supported by like small businesses. And with this one was the second most affordable one. This one, as soon as I put it out, Kelly's Boutique out in the city of Hesperia, they were like, we want to sponsor your evening gown. And I was like,
Sponsor a whole evening gown?
Yeah, an evening gown. And the evening gowns are really expensive.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this woman believes in me so much that she's willing to give up money that she spends on an evening gown for me.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, wow, like that's, and she doesn't even know me. She knows nothing about me. She's just a follower that's been following me for who knows how long. And even when we got to meet, she was like, there was just something about you. And she's like, I used to be in pageants too. And then she also had like a religious side to her too. And it was wow, like we had so much in common. And it was like a random stranger believing in someone that they didn't even know.
Enough to sponsor a whole evening gown.
So
now, I'm sure anybody else who hears that you got sponsored an evening gown is like, wow, that's a really crazy sponsored gift. Yeah. But is there any like really strange or weird gift that you've gotten? Or what's like the funniest thing you've ever been sponsored?
Sponsored? I don't think anything. Everything was
donated.
Donated. Oof. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy?
Nothing crazy. No.
Evening gown, you win. You got it.
The evening gown was like the biggest blessing. Like, also huge shout out to those sponsors for this pageant. It was.
Now, I've heard a lot about entertainment, especially working in different facets. But is it as competitive as people say it is?
To be honest, I feel like it's evolving. It's not where it needs to be, but it's evolving for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you learned any tricks on like how to handle rejection? Because I'm sure that's a part of working.
Yeah, therapy.
Scene. That's it. That was the easiest answer.
Sponsor.
Later on, we have like a one word answer segment. That was just to kickstart it all. Therapy. Tagline.
Therapy.
Do you remember when you first auditioned?
Yes.
What was that like?
Oof.
Oh. Another one word answer. Perfect. Now, can you spell oaf for me?
O-O-F.
That's
Oof.
off. So you mispronounced off.
No, I'm just gonna make the sound effect. Oof.
You know what? That is fair enough. Do you have any auditions in general, like in the broad world of entertainment, that stuck with you?
Yes, I'm gonna say the last one that happened 2 weeks ago. Okay, so this was during this interview. Let me tell you, when I got there, I was looking at everyone that was auditioning, and I was like, they have the show, they have the show, they have the show, they have the show. Why am I here? Because like literally I've already lost, because it's a reevaluation. So I've already lost the position. So what's the whole point of me trying? And I remember I looked and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk to like the costuming area really quick and then just think about it. Because I have every right to walk away. Like, I've already lost. And so I was like walking, I was like, you know what? Like, I feel great. I'm not as anxious. Like, just do it. Like, the worst they can say is no. You've already been auditioning for these roles for 2 years. At the end of the day, you still have the job you like, and you're still gonna have it. So why not just do it? And so I had walked back, signed in, and I remember stretching, and one of the casting directors came up to me and was just like, oh, you're Karen. I remember you because you're the only one with the double last name. So I was just like, oh, yeah. And she's like, I need to ask you these questions. And I was like a little confused because I thought she was going to tell me I couldn't audition, because at the time I technically had been hurt, but it wasn't in like the modifications, because I was like, it doesn't say I can't dance, it just says I can't do this, so your girl's still gonna do it. And so she was just like, hey, like, I've been eyeing you for the past year, so just show them everything that you got. Let them see what I see. And I was like, wait, hold up. Like, this is my first time ever getting feedback. Like, wait, so you've been watching me for the past year? She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I just remember it was like that instant of like, I'm finally doing something right. Like, I'm finally getting noticed. And the dance was so much fun. It was fast, but I was like, go big or go home. Like, let's go. And yeah, because the previous audition I had ended it in the splits.
Ended the whole audition in the splits.
Yeah.
So when you say go big or go home, you really mean it.
Yeah. And I thought that's what the reason why I didn't get it the second time. But this time I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do the splits. I'm just going to give it my whole energy and be the little spaz that I am. And just, because I'm always doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
We just give, yeah. But yeah, so this time it definitely left a mark, because I was like, I was confident. Like, now I know that I'm being seen. Like, I know that I'm doing something right. Like, it just feels right. And yeah, so this time it just left like a huge impact. It was like a whole level of confidence. Because I was like, okay, I'm finally getting the dancing right. Like, the skills are there. The skills are there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, I was about to ask you if you ever wanted to quit, or like what keeps you going, but I think I can see that it's kind of the energy that you receive back from all of it that keeps you going, yeah?
Yes.
And it's the knowledge that you're scaling and there's improvement in every step that you take, which is an amazing factor to help you stay motivated and everything. Now, here's what I really want to know, though.
Okay.
Surely, there's been a really funny moment from one of these auditions. Like, when you mentioned the splits, was that like part of the choreography, or was that just you?
That was me.
That was just you.
Because, like, they teach you the whole choreography, and then right at the end, they have you, like, freestyle or land in something.
Yeah.
So most people are doing in what they are approved at, and I was like, nah, I'm just going to land in the split. So I did a high kick, and I landed in the splits. Want to be, like, a Todrick Hall type of thing. So yeah, and I just landed in the splits, and you just see the choreographer go, what? And I was like, yo. I was like, I got her attention, and you see everybody go, what is this girl doing?
But you left an impression, I'm sure.
I did. Because they were like, what is she doing? She was supposed to pose, and here she is landing in the splits. What is she doing?
That's a pose.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
a pose.
Where are you hoping all the entertainment takes you?
To be honest, I really want to do acting. Because like I said, it's not about the fame or the name and lights. It's wanting to leave people better than they were before. And I really want to do something with wherever I go. Like, no matter what project I do, I want it to have a message and a meaning. So it either be in acting or being behind the camera. Because I love being behind the camera. Because you get to not not just creating stories for yourself, but you're also creating stories for other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, so no matter where life takes me in entertainment, I hope that I'm either in front of it or behind it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think we're gonna have a friend from behind the camera come over just in a little while. But when that happens, I need to see you doing your workout routine too.
Okay,
We
I'm
need
gonna
to
do
see
squats in the back.
reverse it.
Let's see whose squats are better.
Well, you can already do like a high kick into a split, so it's gonna be some high competition.
We're gonna make you do that. You ready, Yuri? Yeah, you're gonna do the high kick and a split. He's like, challenge accepted.
We're gonna see.
I'll give you $5.
I'm so ready for that.
Let's
I don't know
do
if the camera's
this.
ready for that, but I'm ready for that.
I'm so ready.
Now, people know the performer, Karen.
Yes.
But this year is also, we also want to let people know about your healing journey.
Ooh, we going deep. Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I have a few questions I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Now, you've already been incredibly open this year about everything throughout your life, but what has led you, or what made you decide to share your story?
Because like I said, when I first was diagnosed with my stuff, a lot of people were like, oh, it's going to get worse. You're never going to get better. Like, people get suicidal and all that stuff. And the more negative that I heard, it was I will never be normal. And so it was like, I want to be someone's beacon of hope. I want to showcase that you can do anything as long as you have the right mindset. And it's not going to be easy because healing isn't linear at all.
Of course.
And so it was again, I just want people to know that there's hope out there.
Yeah. And I believe you had said that you go to therapy, correct?
I do.
How did you find the right therapist? And how did you know that was like the perfect fit?
Ooh, so I had interviewed about 5 different therapists in 2019, and I just didn't like any of them. I just felt I didn't relate. And every single time, I was just like, yeah, like I just can't breathe. I can't stop shaking. Like I can't sleep. I can't eat because I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping because I was getting them so often. And I was like, I am losing my ability to drive because I would have to constantly be pulling over. And I just felt like I was losing my mobility. That's how debilitating they were. And these people were taking their sweet time. And I was just like, okay, how to fix this? And they're just like, just breathe. You don't think I'm doing that? So it would annoy me. So I was calling like every single person in my list. And I happened to call this location, and her name was Danielle. And I was just crying on the phone, like, I'm just looking for a therapist. I'm looking for someone just to figure out what's wrong with me, like, please. And she could just feel that heaviness. And she's like, well, I'm technically family practice, but we'll see what we can do. And she worked around it. She got me in that day. And from that moment, it was just like, because she took her time and she heard me out, like, 'cause she was on the phone with me for like an hour. And after that, it was just, I started seeing so much progress with her. And I felt heard, and every time I would share her, like, my scary thoughts, it was always, she was so patient and so loving, and it was there's just so much grace that I felt safety in her.
Yeah.
And so I kept seeing her, and she went on a medical leave last year when a lot of things blew up in my life. And they were just like, hey, like, during that time frame, like, we need you to go back into therapy. And I was like, no, like, I'm just going to wait for her to come back. And they were like, no, Karen, like, you need help right now. And I was like, oh, man, because my eating disorder had spiraled. I was getting panic attacks from left to right. And a lot of people didn't know that I had put myself in a situation where I was with an abuser, and it was just a lot. And the only way that I could navigate was they're just like, hey, like, you need someone to talk to. And I had interviewed a couple people, and every single time they're just like, hey, like, you know, everything that you went through, like, it may not have been physical where it was like punches and all that stuff, but these actually land in the area of being physically abused. And most people are in denial, or when it hits them hard. And I didn't want to keep hearing that. So I was just like, oh, heck no, like, I'm not going to like touch these therapists, because I didn't want to hear the truth. And then when Danielle came back, like, once I heard it from her, and she started teaching me how to reframe and cope and getting me like support groups that I needed. It was there was just something about her that it didn't feel like I was talking to a therapist. It was more like a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a friend that just would make all the cords just untangle themselves.
That's amazing. It sounds like that's another member of your community that you've cultivated.
Yeah.
Community seems to be a big theme in your life.
It is.
Forming that must be, there's no way it's an easy journey to form all that community, but it seems like it's a very worthwhile and fulfilling one, yeah?
It is. The community means the world to me.
Have you learned anything through therapy about yourself or just about people in general?
Oof. To be honest, I think it was just one thing that I learned is if you ever feel unsafe, there's always the door. Find the nearest exit. You never have to stay in a location that you feel uncomfortable. And when she told me that, because I was like, yeah, like sometimes I have to be in these rooms where like they trigger my panic attacks and they trigger this and like I just don't feel good. And she was always like, just remember, like you get to create that safety for you. Like always find your nearest exit. Even if you have to step outside, recollect yourself, come back in, and then take moments. Another thing that I learned was, you know, when a fire happens, I think we're so busy chasing the smoke that we don't go back to the fire and realize how the fire started. So like I learned how to root it out.
Yeah.
Because like everything that happens in your life, you build roots from it. So like the Bible says like, wait, I totally am like spacing out on the verse. But basically like if like fear is the root, then the root will always be rotten. The fruit will always be rotten. So I was just like, wow, like there's so many things that I've been doing in my life that were based off of fear. So it's like every move that I'm making, it's like I'm kind of sabotaging it myself.
Yeah.
So like, how do I fix it? So it was I'm not just trying to put out the smoke because the smoke is the thing that's gonna get me. But if I could just go to the fire and figure out how it started, I could root it out and then like it extinguishes itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And you learned all this through asking for help, yeah? Now, I'm sure somewhere out there, there's somebody who was in your shoes where you were back then who's just scared to ask for that help. Do you have any advice for them?
To be honest, one thing that I learned was, I'm going to use an acronym, come in hot, humble, open, and transparent. Because sometimes the scariest thing that you can do is going to be the thing that's going to be the biggest impact in your life. Because when it was that time for me to come open to people, like the people that I cared about the most, the people that I was supposed to trust, I didn't want them to know my baggage. It was because they see me as the happy preppy Karen, the one that has it all together. Like I can't let them know that I'm going through this because then they're going to be like, so she's fake. And then build another opinion. And I was like, I can't. And then I became a people pleaser. And so it was I think at this point, I'd rather have accountability than do this on my own because I'm going to further take myself down than actually uplift myself. And having that accountability, again, it's hard because sometimes you don't want to hear the hard truth. But find people who actually have the best interest in you. Yeah. Because if you just go to a random friend, then it becomes telephone. Then it's like find a therapist, find a pastor, find a mentor, like someone that's really gonna like be able to see your strengths, your weaknesses, and build you from there. And I know that being honest is such a hard thing, but when you're honest, that's when someone will help carry the load. Yeah. What's it like having more of that accountability now than you did before? In the beginning, it was tough. For sure. Because it was here's another check-in. I have to tell them like the same thing that I said a couple days ago, or I'm still feeling this, or I'm still feeling that. But it was the more that I started hearing the way things were changing, it was whoa, like the healing is starting. Like this is, like I was here and now I'm here. Like, and then it's just hard to believe that you can make changes that way. Yeah. Now, I have 2 more questions about this if you'll indulge me, all right? Go for it. Now, first off, I want to know, like, if younger Karen was sitting in this room with us right now, if there's anything you would want to tell her. And 2, if your therapist is watching back this episode, what do you think is, like, the first thing they're going to text you?
What are they gonna think about all this?
If my therapist was here, she would tell me, I'm so proud of you because you had it back then and you have it now. And you've built so much grace for you now. And every single time you thought of something as scary, you went and you overcame it.
Yeah.
And people didn't see that. They were just judging the person that they thought they knew.
Yeah.
But I think she would be so proud. And as for little Karen, I feel like she would feel safer now than she ever felt back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think she would, because the way that I used to describe it to my therapist was when I was younger, every time something bad would happen, I would go to my room and I would, back in the day, like, you know, the HDMI channel where it was just like static?
Yeah.
I would sit there and I would just watch it. And I would just be crying my eyes out. Like, the static was the only thing that allowed me to cope.
For sure.
So, like, that bled into my adulthood where it was in my head, that little Karen would always go back to that place and just hear the static.
Yeah.
And so it was what can I do to take her out of that room and take her into a safe space, to the point where I had to do even exposure therapy. Like, I literally was standing in front of my childhood home crying and being like, Karen, I'm going to take you out of that room because I felt trapped for so long. And yeah, so I think little Karen would be proud because it's like, finally, like, I know what safety feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Now, I know that we just went on this whole emotional journey and it was so beautiful hearing your whole story, but I want to step away just for a moment from the emotional damage because I have a really pressing question that I really wanted to ask you.
Okay.
And I'm sure I can't be the only one who's wondering this. Now, after all that growth, I know sometimes that invites other people into your life.
Yeah.
And you make new friends, new relationships, new partners. Are you seeing anybody nowadays? I'm so curious. I have to know.
As of recently, yes, I started talking to somebody.
We got the inside scoop, you guys. We got the inside scoop. What's that like? How's it going?
To be honest, I'm going to say the same thing my therapist told me on Monday, that everything happened for a reason back then, for me to learn all, like, how to cope, how to navigate, and how to never lower or compromise my values.
Yeah.
And, like, I've known this person for about a year and a couple months, right? Like,
Probably
I
just
think,
about.
Yeah. And so he's just been wonderful because he tries to understand, like, how I'm wired, and he just makes me feel seen and heard. And it's like, oh, whoa, like me asking for, like, the bare minimum isn't, like, a lot. Like,
Yeah.
What is this? And we were even talking about it the other day, where we've only been officially talking for 6 days, but it feels like we've been together forever. So it was like well, I guess everything happens for a reason, because like, now in, like, any type of relationship now that I have, or in my future ones, I never want to be the person to project what happened in the past and bring that baggage in here, because they're not that person. And, like, now that I've learned everything, like, how to be my own independent person again, how to have my own confidence, like, now I know what it is that I bring to the table. And it's like, hey, like, this is what I have on the table. If you don't like it, like, I'm so sorry, but that's just who I am.
Do you think any of the things in your past makes it difficult nowadays to love again or to feel any of those feelings again?
To be honest, I was a little hesitant in the beginning because, like I said, the previous relationship was tough.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of betrayal trauma, the cheating, the lying, begging I remember, like, being on the floor begging someone on my hands and knees just for honesty.
Yeah.
And it was like, I wasn't even worth that. So, like, when we, like, when I officially started talking to this person, it was oh man, like, am I gonna have to beg for honesty or for truth or all this stuff? And it was just like, I know what it is that I bring to the table, like, I'm good. And it was again, he wasn't the one that caused the pain, so why would I project? And it's like, for my past, I may have not been the one to cause the damage, but it's my responsibility to do the healing.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not gonna drag this stuff into like my future relationship because that's just gonna sabotage me at the end. So.
And the beautiful thing is you can use that other person to help you. Like you don't have to go through any of that alone.
No.
You're able to bring people along on that journey.
And that's one thing I'm learning with him. When he told me that, I was like, because I remember telling him like I got teary-eyed, and I was just like, I'm never gonna cry in front of him. Like he's gonna see me as the strong person that I am. And then when I was just like, yo, like I'm just tired from commuting. Like I've been so many days in a row performing. Like I'm just exhausted. Like so much is going with High Desert We Love You. Like moving. And like God's moving in my life. I was just like, man, I feel overwhelmed and I feel overstimulated. And I remember being like, hey, like this is not your problem. This is like something for me. And he was just like, hey, like I'm here every step of the way. Like I'm here to help carry the load. It was again like having that community. And it was like whoa, like someone actually wants to be here for this. Like they're not trying to fix me or heal me. They're just being with me through this and letting me know that they're there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just like, oh whoa, like that's so cool. Yes.
Finding that person must be amazing. While you're going through this journey, I know everybody has different relationships and whatnot, where people are, some dive into relationships, fully committed relationships. Some people are just more on the situationship side of things. What's your thought on that?
Situationships?
Yeah.
Oh, don't do it.
Don't do it?
Don't do it. Like, it's the worst thing ever because you're literally committing to someone who can never give you what you're expecting. So you build this fantasy, and I'm going to be honest, but there's a lot of people where it's like, we could fix them. Like, I'm going to be the fix it Felix. And then finding out that you can't, or it's they sell you on the person that they want you to see, and then down the line, it's like that. I was just trying to get you, and at the end, I got you. What's that saying in Spanish? It's like why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just it causes more pain than anything else. And I used to be like one of those really cliche girls where I'd be like, yeah, no, I will never give my heart out to any guy. Like I'm strong, I'm independent, but yet the girl was having a sneaky link. Get out of here. So I was just like, I was like, I'm causing more situations for myself I will never do that. I wouldn't recommend that for anybody. Don't do it. Know your worth, know your value. There's someone out there for you. So, yeah.
Do you think that because I'm sure through that you can see like red flags within people like that and whatnot. Do you think that there's obvious red flags in people like that? And then even beyond that, do you think people can truly change?
To be honest, the red flags, yes, you could see them. Because everyone has standards and values. Yeah. And if someone wants to cross those, like that's just making you compromise yourself.
Absolutely.
So it's like you don't have to compromise yourself just to be loved. Like, there will be that person. And as for if people can change, to be honest, there's a hope in me that people can change. But there are some people in life that will never realize or take accountability for the damage that they do cause. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a hit or miss. Yeah. I believe that people can change. It's just gonna take a while for them to like really realize it.
Yeah. Do you think you could ever see yourself forgiving somebody who's hurt you in the past?
To be honest, that's something I had to do in therapy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like 2 months ago, my therapist had me write 2 letters. She had me write a goodbye letter and a letter of me admitting to stay in something. And I was just like, okay, like how do I go about this? And it didn't end up going the way that we had hoped. But when I was writing in the letter, it was saying my goodbye, but then it was taking it back and being like, no, you know what? I'll stay for the abuse. I'll compromise. I'll do this. And at the end, it was like now reading it back, like I wouldn't want that for anybody. Yeah. And so then she's like, you should make this into like a spoken word, Karen, because it can help out a lot of people, because a lot of people never see the patterns until they see it like written.
Until it's spelled out right for them.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, like I put up with this? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Which
Yeah.
goes into community, because I'm sure it's not always easy for the person to see that until it's pointed out to them.
Yeah.
Right? Well, through all of that journey, have you learned to love yourself differently?
Yes.
How's that looking?
I've learned, one, to love myself because, to be honest, for the past year and a half, I was trying to become somebody that I wasn't. And I was being penalized to people that didn't look like me, weren't like me. And I feel like this year, God was just like, your calling is different than their calling.
Yeah.
So you don't need to compare yourself to that person because I have a different plan for them and I have a different plan for you.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, whoa, like, okay, like, God, you got this. Like, I will trust you. And once I started reframing and really working through all of that, like, I'm where I'm at today. So
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the growth. I'm really, really proud of it.
I'm sure everyone is really proud of how much you've grown. Now, I have a few questions I do want to ask you that are a little bit more silly, and I'm going to have to cross-reference these ones. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. What is your biggest green flag?
Communication.
Communication? What's your biggest red flag?
Bad hygiene.
Bad hygiene.
If they got yellow teeth, don't even talk to me. Like, if I could smell that breath from like here,
Gone.
I will be talking like this the whole time.
What's your biggest dating ick?
Ick?
Yeah, something happens and you're immediately like, it's gone now.
Oof. I'm gonna say when they're trying to like drink, like just pound that stuff, I'm just like, ugh, gross. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to be with an alcoholic. No, thank you.
Okay, have you ever ghosted anybody?
No, I've always been humble, open, and transparent.
Really? Have you ever been ghosted?
Yes.
Oh. So not everyone is humble, open, and transparent.
No.
Not a lot of hot people, a lot of cold people though.
Hey, let's go.
What is your toxic trait?
My toxic trait?
You gotta have
I'm
one.
clingy.
You gotta have one.
Oh my gosh, my toxic trait? I would say I talk a lot. I'm a yapper.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's toxic. That sounds more fun. We're gonna find that toxic trait one of these days. Okay, and last one. What is your biggest relationship green flag? Besides, of course, communication is a huge one. But aside from that, what is your biggest green flag in any
Green
relationship?
flags. Respect.
Respect.
Yeah. All
Easy.
the way.
Now, okay, I think we've had enough exposing Karen. But is it okay if I backtrack just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, I was curious because earlier you had said that you had said something about being adopted.
Yes.
But I was curious, where are you originally from?
I was born in Usulután, El Salvador.
In Salvador?
Yeah.
And what age were you adopted?
3.5.
3.5. And I assume that was brought from Salvador to America, yeah? That must have been a insane transition and everything.
It definitely was.
Yeah. Do you miss anything about Salvador? Not, I'm sure from 3 you don't remember too much about it, but
Well,
is there
I
anything?
visited when I was 15. Nope. But never say never.
Never
Because every
say
time
never.
I say something like that, God's like, I'm going to take you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know the obvious answer to this already, but I'm asking anyways.
Yeah.
How does coming to America happen? Obviously, you're adopted, you're brought over here, but can you explain a little bit more?
I don't know. I was 3.
You know what? That
I
is
don't know what it was like back in the day, but it was easier than what it is now.
Yeah, that is so fair. That is so fair. I guess what I mean more so is when you're adopted and brought to another country, you did not have to adapt to learn new cultures because you were raised within this culture, so it's the only one that you know, the American culture and whatnot. But is there anything about Salvadorian culture that still calls to you, or is there anything that you think about from family and whatnot that you're like, oh wait, I guess that is a thing that is more traditional?
No. Culture was not instilled in me, which is so sad. But I really like pupusas.
We found it.
Yeah.
One way or another, we do get there. Looking back, what are you most grateful for now then?
To be honest, I'm so grateful for so he's technically my stepfather, but to me, he's the only father I've ever known.
Yeah.
But he took on 3 strange kids from a different country at the age of 49.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, we skipped so much. There's 3 strange. Okay, explain.
Yeah, so I have a brother and a sister, and then myself.
People that were blood relatives?
Yeah,
or?
brother. They have
That's
blood.
amazing.
Yeah.
So he adopted all 3 of you guys. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. What are they like? What are your relationship with your siblings like?
Oh, we're too close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother's love language is flipping people off. My
a
sister
great love
is
language.
she's a very private person, and it's funny because a lot of people are like, you have a sister? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. But she hates social media. She does not like being in the limelight. As soon as I pull out a camera, she's like,
So we have to interview her next, is what I'm hearing.
oh my gosh. Most likely she'll talk to you.
Yeah?
She doesn't talk to anybody else.
We can make it work. We can make it work. Now, I want to try something.
Okay, go for it.
And Karen doesn't know that I'm about to do this, but we did it in the beginning, but I had help doing it. Now I want to try this by myself. You ready?
Okay.
Story time with Karen. You didn't ask for it, but you're going to get it. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
I did it right? I love that quote. Where does it come from? How did you come up with that?
To be honest, like I said, I always wanted to be somewhat of an influencer. And it just started off as Storytime with Karen. And then after that, I was like, you know what? All these people don't even care about my life, and I'm always doing stupid stuff. So you know what? You didn't ask for it, but you're still going to get it, so I don't care. So then that's when Storytime with Karen, you didn't ask for it, but you're still going to get it, came from. Because I was like, I don't care anymore. Listen to my rants of how I get myself into these sticky situations.
And did you think it would turn into the series that it is now?
No, because people are always quoting it, and they always quote it wrong, and it's like the funniest thing ever.
What's the worst way somebody's quoted it?
Storytime with Karen, you're gonna get it.
Storytime with Karen, you're gonna get it.
I was like, all right, beat someone up. Beat someone up.
That's a different podcast. That's like a fighting. That's boxing with Karen.
It's been fun. I love when people quote it because I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all watch, and they're like, just for that part, and then we skip it.
Yeah.
But there's some people that are like, we want to see what mess you got yourself into and how you got out of it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do really stupid stuff and you're laughing about it. And some of us would be like beating ourselves up. And I was like, no, just.
Yeah. Now, I will admit that I'm one of these people. I need to watch the Storytime with Karen because they're so entertaining to learn more about your life. But there's something that we completely neglected to say, some way, somehow. You let us know during one of your story times that there is 3 people named, was it Sophie, Michael, and Fernanda?
Oh, yeah.
You want to tell us about them?
Sophie, Michael, and Fernanda. Basically, they were just these kids that I started doing content. So Sophie is a piece of me, like my inner child.
Yeah.
But she was also modeled after my niece Alana.
Okay.
And then Mikael was a version of my nephew Jacob because he's always on his freaking iPad.
Yeah.
And every time I've seen him, he's always eating food. So I was like, yo, he's perfect. And then Fernanda was actually created by somebody in the community because they're like, bring a Spanish character, like make it diverse.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you guys want a Spanish character, just tell me the name. And they're just like, Fernanda. And I was like, come on, y'all had to make her that Hispanic? And they're like, but make her into a fresa. And I was like, a strawberry? And they're like, stop being a pocha. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And they're just like, Karen, you're so whitewashed. A fresa is like stuck up, spoiled, like really bratty. And I was like, bet your bottom dollars, I got that.
Understood the assignment.
Yeah. And then that's where they came from, and they pop up every now and then, so.
So these aren't actually your kids. These are just people that you've created.
Yeah, I just put on a baby filter.
I got the big scoop just now. How were these videos made?
At home. At home, duh.
Nice and simple. Kept it easy. Do you think they're gonna stay? Do you think all 3 of them are gonna stay with you?
They will, because they hold a really special place in my heart. They're all funny. They will make appearances here and there, but like I said, I just want to do something that's gonna speak life into people and make them laugh. Like I just want them to forget about their problems, even.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one of your story times?
A favorite story time?
Yeah.
No, because
No?
I'm always getting into messes. I'm always doing something so dumb, and then I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, like supposedly doing cartwheels in places I should not be doing.
I suppose that's the story we can get in the next interview. But I'm curious. Now, I read somewhere that you used to have a photography business, yeah?
Yes.
And make sure I have it right. It was called KD Vision and Vibes.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
It was great. Like I loved it, but God called me at the end of the year to change the name for it.
Yeah.
Because KD Vision and Vibes held a lot of, like, it just held a lot with the community. Because KD was obviously my initials, And then vision was done because of just like the vision that I had with the production companies that I was working with. And then vibes was because I was introduced to like the Polynesian culture, and I had fell in love with it. And I was like,
Yeah.
if they can storytell like that, like imagine like how big this could be. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna call it Katie Vision and Vibes. But every time I started thinking about it and just all the relationships I had lost and where I was at, I was like, I don't want to pursue this anymore because
Yeah.
I guess I'm just not good enough anymore.
And is this what developed into what is now known as Healing with Creatives?
Yeah, because the more that I thought about it and prayed about it, I was just like, you know what? Like, art heals so much people. Like, doesn't matter what you do. Like, it either be dancing, cooking, performing, like comedy, drawing, anything like that. It always brings you back to a place.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dang, like. And at the time, I didn't think about it, and I just kept being led to go back to a post that I had done back in November. And I was like, why do I keep looking at this post? Like, why am I specifically looking at that? And in the captions, it said Healing with Creatives. And I was like, I
There it
got
is.
the title. Like, wow. And I was like, because everyone heals different. Everyone believes in someone or something. And again, it's we all heal through art.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what? Bet your bottom dollars that's it.
So the name must mean a lot to you now.
It does so much because every time I create, like, it's bringing another piece of Karen back.
Yeah.
But it's not a past Karen, it's a Karen that's becoming. So.
And in that case, what are you looking to create in the future?
Ooh. I want to definitely create, like I said, something that's just going to change the lives of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like either be, you know, in acting or being behind screens.
Do you ever create just for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But I'm sure that one just stays with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. You got to keep some projects to yourself.
Yeah.
Well, how has, over the years, how has your content changed?
Definitely it's gotten a little bit smoother. There's still a lot of things I need to work on. And that's why, you know, I partnered up with a studio out in Laverne called Studio 1986. Shout out to Yuri.
Shout out to Yuri.
Hey. So, like, it's nice because we get to be in rooms full of, like, creative people. So it's like everyone has a different camera. So everyone's settings are different. And then it's like everyone has a different vision. So, like, I could see something, but he could see something different.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to see his vision, but I want to also see mine. But I want to see how our stories, how your story tells our story. Or, yeah. Like,
Okay, wait. So I'm assuming with all the creative collaborations, that must mean Yuri is somebody who's very important to you and your journey, yeah?
Yeah. I'm going to make him into an important part.
Can I invite Yuri up here?
Yeah.
Can I ask Yuri, if you're okay with that, or am I able to ask you a few questions as well? I would love the opportunity.
He's going to become...
Oh, there it is.
It's a high kick and a split.
There's a process to it. You know.
You're taking a mic.
Thank you.
You see him fist bumping me?
Yuri, it is so good to see you.
What's up, man?
This is Yuri. JMar, it's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you, man.
Now, Yuri, we are in Studio 1986, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to tell us anything about it?
It's a creative space.
Yeah.
It's something that was just an idea, and it came about, and it's still kind of building on its own
Yeah.
by people showing up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Have you heard that quote from that movie?
That quote from that movie?
Build it and they will come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I just built something, and it's building a community little by little.
Yeah. What made you create it? Was it just to get that community in?
It was like a personal project for myself, something that I wanted to have as a photographer,
Yeah.
like something that completes me as that,
Absolutely.
you know. And through that, I've met all kinds of people.
Yeah.
You know, Karen is one of them.
Yeah? Well, I am very curious what this place means to you in general. And also, segueing that one, what made you believe in Karen and working with somebody, with all these different people?
And every time we host a meetup, there's 20 people that come, and there's always one person that stays.
Yeah.
And Karen was one of them from that group that came, that stood out. I added her on Instagram, and I saw that she is a great speaker.
Yeah.
Right? She's a great communication person. So she hit me up and she said, "Hey, can we book the studio to shoot some stuff like for the passion, right?" But then I saw that she can probably help me do something else.
Yeah.
So she came and told her, "Let me shoot your photos, and in exchange, you can make a video for me."
Yeah.
So we go on ChatGPT, put a little script together. Remember?
Yeah.
It was like a 4-segment little script, and I'm like, this will probably take me hours to do it myself, right? And I gave it to her. She did it in one take.
Oh my goodness.
She just nailed it in one take. I told her, I want you to look like a news reporter.
Yeah.
She had this microphone on. She had a red dress on.
Red dress.
And then she just nailed it like that. I'm like, that is something that you just don't have.
Yeah.
You acquire it over all kinds of
Yeah.
experiences, you know?
You know, I was gonna ask what it's been like watching Karen grow, but it sounds like she started at a pretty good spot. But I'm surely there's been some growth. What's that been like watching?
Well, she was already that thing. You know, she was already that person.
Yeah.
By the time I met her. I think we've seen each other maybe like 5 times in this whole time. It's been a year, right? It's been like a year, but it's been I've been seeing her Instagram grow, like the way she speaks, is the way she expresses herself more than before.
Yeah.
But she was always that talkative type of person, expressive and so helpful.
Yeah.
Such a helpful person that I'm like, I need somebody like that in my life somehow.
Yeah.
You know?
And you help facilitate all of these things. And I'm sure you're like an integral part of all of this journey. I did just see there was a video a few days ago, where Karen was crying. There was tears. It was a really emotional journey.
Right.
And I believe you were there to help with the video, correct?
Yes.
What was that like?
So she said, I need, on one of these scenes, I need to cry. And I was like, can you cry on command?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a little tough. And she says, maybe I can just think of something from the past.
Oh, my trauma.
You know, like some trauma from the past.
Yeah.
So I thought of this song that we had played recently, and I was like, I have a song for you. And so we played the song, and on the second verse of the song, just tears came out.
Yeah.
It almost like it was talking about you almost, right? It's talking about everybody.
Yeah.
Because everybody was through some type of mental struggle at some point. And yeah, that song just hit right on the dot.
Yeah.
It was recording.
Yeah.
So it was like a perfect, it came on the perfect time.
See, I'm curious what that song is, but I think maybe that's one of those ones we can keep private or just for your own journey.
It's on the video.
Oh, is that song from video?
Yeah, it's on the video.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a different song. That's even better. Okay, I tried to keep everyone private, but it's already there.
It's on the video.
Do you guys have any other projects that are coming up? Anything that you're working on?
With
or
her?
even with a podcast like this, anything that you see growth-wise here?
Man, there's an infinite amount of things that we can do here. I'm just still trying to figure out what to do with the space.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's just happening on its own. It's building a community.
Yeah.
A community that I didn't have. I always did everything on my own.
Yeah.
So now I have people that are working. We're working together.
Yeah.
We're actually making a music video next week.
Okay.
Karen's going to be helping us.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And it's going to be my first time making a music video like that.
Yeah.
With that type of production. And we have 2 dancers. She's amazing. She's like she's gonna be like a 1940s Hollywood superstar, actress, right?
Yeah.
And the song is from this Mexican artist. Her name is Tania Lemus. She has a song, and we hit her up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey, can we make a music video for the song? She's like, I'm down. Let's do it. So now we have to do it.
Nice.
You know, so we committed to doing. We booked the makeup, booked a venue. We did everything. Now we need a car, and I think that's it. But it's gonna happen next weekend.
Yeah. It sounds like you're also just as good at community building, and that it's a big, important part of your life as well. Yeah.
I wasn't as good. You know, I'm always doing everything myself, And
What
through
caused
the
the change?
space, through the space, I've been building I've been attracting those people.
Yeah.
You know, the same people that are the same as you, because I work with a lot of people, but a lot of people are not the same as me.
Yeah.
You can be my clients, but they're not same as me.
Yeah.
And through the space, I've been attracting the same people.
Yeah.
Same people that are exactly the same, the creatives.
Yeah.
A creative community, that's what the space is for.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure I have so many questions about Studio 1986 I would love to ask you, but I think we can save that one. For now, what I really wanted to hear is if anybody had any questions about Studio 1986, what's one thing that you would love to tell them about? Like why they should work with you?
Well, the space, not necessarily work with me, but I think the space itself, it's a place where people could come in and take advantage of the sets and the atmosphere here. It feels like a playground.
Yeah.
It's a playground for creatives. We have lighting, we have different sets,
Yeah.
we have props.
You guys, it is gorgeous.
We can play movies, VHS movies,
Yeah.
VCR, and that's pretty much create your vision.
Yeah. You
I
guys
don't
can't see all of
necessarily
it
have
right
to
now,
be
but this is a beautiful location, beautiful space with so much creativity and artistry all around us. Very inspiring spot.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not just me working with people, but they could come here and use it and be in their own space, you know.
Yeah.
If they need help, I can probably assist them with lighting and some, techniques that they might not know. But other than that, they can just do whatever they want.
Yeah. A good space for the community to be able to use
Exactly,
and
yeah.
whatnot. Studio 1986, that is beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you guys for inviting me over. to this little-
Amazing splits, by the way.
Fun. I know.
Amazing split.
He's gonna rip his pants.
Oh! Okay, that was
Yeah,
impressive. That made it all.
Dang it.
That's a lot to follow up. Good luck.
I was ready to sing the SpongeBob song all because he ripped his pants.
I was hoping it was still recording.
Yo.
Wait,
Okay, good.
that's funny. I'm
Now-
gonna keep that high kick in there.
I would try it too, but I'm really attached to these pants. I don't want to rip them. I'm not ready for that one yet. Can I ask you? Okay, I heard a rumor,
Okay,
and I'm really curious about it.
yeah.
There is a rumor I heard that you were planning on moving. How true is
Oh my
that?
gosh, that rumor has been going around for so long. It's funny because everyone in Victorville thinks I live in Anaheim, and everyone in Anaheim knows that I live in Victorville.
Yeah.
And people are just like, well, yeah, we would love to invite you, but you live in Anaheim. And I'm like, no, I live in Victorville. But yes, God has called me to move from my place, though I will be adding some time to it. I will be in Applevillian now instead of a Victorvillian.
Applevillian.
Yeah,
It's an amazing title.
I know. I just made it up right now. I don't
Yeah.
even know if it's a word.
I hope it is. It's canon now.
But yes, I'm gonna be moving, and yeah, I'm really nervous and excited to see what God is calling me to do. But
Yeah.
we'll
What
see.
caused the change?
To be honest, I felt like I'm never home.
Yeah.
I literally just go home to sleep for not even 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then I'm out doing projects because,
Yeah.
like I said, this community has meant so much to me that, yeah, though High Desert will be my last act of love, I feel like I want to take the remaining of the year to really hone in on this healing journey because I've seen how far I've gotten
Yeah.
being exhausted, Karen. Now, I was on medication for a while, for 2 months, and that caused me to slow down a lot.
Yeah.
So it was that moment where I was like, wow, like, this is what I've been needing this whole time. And since I turned 18, I don't have my parents that are supporting me. I've always been a one-income household.
Yeah.
So it was always that I have to figure out how to fend for myself and how to make money for myself. And after being on that medication, it was it's time for Karen to slow down and take
Yeah.
a step back.
Have you talked to people about those medications yet?
I have not.
Or told the people? Not yet?
No. Ask for help.
Always
And-
ask for help. That is very important.
Yeah, ask for help, and then see a doctor and a physician. Never do things alone.
Yeah.
It's definitely a trial and error
Yeah.
because some medication might not work for your body and some will. And I know that I was really, really nervous, and grieved so much because I was like, man, like I'm never gonna be normal, all that stuff. But it was during that time, it was okay, this medication is forcing me to slow down.
Yeah.
So like it was hard not being the happy, healthy little chicken nugget running around.
Yeah.
It was I had to be really, people were just like, oh, there's something wrong with you. And I was like, no, I'm just chill.
Yeah.
And so it was whoa, like, where was all this peace coming from? Like, where has it been? And it was because I was finally learning how to slow down. So I was just like, you know what? It's time. And so I was just like, you know what? I was like, give myself a break just for like a few months and kind of recover and go from there. So,
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. Now, as we had just said, you're switching from being a Victorvillian, as I think we're calling it, to an Applevillian, yeah?
Applevillian.
Are you excited for this new season in your life?
I am excited because, like I said, doors are finally opening.
Yeah.
And now it's work is going great. Like, opportunities are opening over there. Like, opportunities are opening up here at Studio 1986. And I have, like you said, we're in a room full of such supportive creatives.
Yeah.
And we're all healing through creatives. So it's like, well, like, for once, you don't have to beg, kick, and cry just to get opportunities. Now it's like everything's coming in at the right time, at the right place, with the right people. And it's like, wow, like, oh, cool, like I could breathe.
Well, now that you know how you got to this spot that you are, if you had the chance to restart everything, knowing what you know now, would you restart, or are you content with the way that things have gone?
To be honest, I think the past Karen would have been like, let me go back. Let me like change everything. Like, I wish I would have never done this, and that. But I feel like all these life lessons taught me so much, and I'm excited because I learned so much. And like I said, it's Romans 12:2 that says, do not be conformed to the ways of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah.
And so like having my therapist help me reframe everything, and having so much accountability, and then being like, hey, Karen, like you're thinking this way, but how is it really like helping? Like you have to think of the bigger picture. Because like when I started anxiety medication, I was just looking at the negatives.
Yeah.
But Pastor Che, which is our senior pastor, he was just like, Karen, like this is a time where you get to slow down. Like focus on Karen. What does she need? What is this speaking to her in this season? And I was like, whoa, like, so it was just training that brain muscle to think differently.
Yeah. So we're not going to see you start over with a new Instagram, phone number,
no,
all of the stuff?
Your girl's going to stay consistent and committed to something.
That's awesome. So, well, what's next?
What's next? Ooh, you never know. At Studio 1986, the sky's the limit.
Do you have any, like, dreams that you haven't told anyone yet?
There is.
Would you like to share it, or do you want to keep it to yourself for now? Which is totally fine.
Well, all I can say is the next dream that I want to do is, like I said, my dream is to make a difference.
Yeah.
It's not about the titles or anything like that. And me growing up, I looked up to, like, Bear in the Big Blue House and Blue's Clues and all these beautiful, like, Barney and all. Well, I love Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
I love Teletubbies too, but that sun always scared me. It was the sun with the baby face on it.
So I want to create something that's going to speak life.
Yeah.
And, like, base it off something like that and see where it goes. Maybe be the next Blippi or the next Miss Rachel, but definitely, like, I'm in a job that works with kids constantly.
Yeah.
So it's like seeing what triggers them. It's like, okay, cool, like, but not just making a difference in kids' lives, but teaching them how to start volunteering young. Because again, it's where your heart posture's at. And the more that you give, the more, like, you bless other people than just yourself. So it's like, I want to teach them how to start volunteering young, or even understanding it. Yeah. Yeah. Sharing is caring, man.
Sharing is caring. Now, we have learned that you're really really good at answering these questions. You have beautiful answers. Everything is always so eloquent, but I want to challenge you now.
Okay.
I have some rapid fire questions.
Let's go.
And I want one word answers from you, okay?
Chipotle sauce, okay.
That's 2 words. So we're already off to a terrible start.
Oh.
Okay, so I have some rapid fire questions for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
1 word answers only.
Eee.
All right. What is your favorite Disney snack?
Churros.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Early bird or night owl? Turn that into one word.
Early.
Early. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Dream vacation?
Ireland.
Most used emoji?
The.
One more time for the camera.
It's just like that, like the.
The one with the blank eyes, yeah?
Yeah.
So for those who
We'll
didn't
put it
catch it,
on,
it's
we'll
just
put
the
it
emoji. Yeah, I think I got it. Favorite worship song? Is it possible to do in one word?
No. God did it.
3 words. There we go. I can accept it for that one. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs?
Yeah.
What is your dream acting role?
Sesame Street. That's 2 words, but. Sesame.
Sesame. Sesame what? We'll never know. Favorite comfort food?
Pizza.
Pizza. Are you like a stuffed crust type or no? Yeah? Yeah.
That's good.
Who knows you best?
My brother. Wait, brother.
Brother. Yo,
Brother.
this one's gonna be so hard to do in one word. It's almost, I'm gonna save this one for later. What is your Roman Empire? I don't even know what that means, but somebody asked it.
What's my Roman Empire? What is that?
I've never heard that term before, but a guest asked you, what is your Roman Empire?
It's like, what do you think about it as much as supposedly a guy thinks about the Roman Empire? So guys stereotypically think about the Roman Empire and I guess go into rabbit holes.
I am known to think about the Roman Empire, to be fair.
What's your Roman Empire? What's your thing that you go into rabbit holes?
Rabbit holes? Oh my gosh. That's a good question.
Yeah, and you have to answer that in one word.
Illuminati. I don't know.
Illuminati. There it is.
No, take that off. Cut.
Forget that one. And if your life had a one-word movie title, what would it be?
One word movie title?
One-word movie title.
Dang.
Dang.
Yeah.
At first I heard gang, and I was like, that is a word. That is amazing. Now, you no longer held to one word. Now you can use as many words as you want, all right? What is like one embarrassing moment? What's one of those moments you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, oh, I wish I didn't do that.
Every time I do a story time.
Every single story time with Karen.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't even know if I could share this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Sorry to Magic Place on Earth. So basically I was scaring all my people,
Yeah.
all my coworkers, and there was one person left, and I was like, all right, he's coming in, and it ended up being my manager.
Oh, did you scare them?
Yes.
Oh, so it
And
worked.
she just looked at me and was like, okay. I was like, I'm about to get fired.
And I know you're panicking.
I was.
Yo.
And I never lived that down, because then after that, she's like, don't worry, I'll take care of her. And I was like, it was embarrassing, but she struck fear.
I can't wait for her to get you back. She's going to try to scare you back one of these days.
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks? Maybe you're in the clear now. Or she's playing the long game, which is equally terrifying. You know? Now, we have one question that a viewer sent in that I don't know what this one means, but I'm going to ask you because maybe you know what this means. Would you rather go get your knees done in Mexico, whatever that means, or keep them how God made them? How do you get your knees done?
You grow taller.
Grow taller?
Yeah.
Get your knees done means grow taller.
Yeah. Haven't you heard from White Chase where he's like, you can do that?
Oh my goodness. I did not expect the White Chicks reference. I should have known that one. I'm mad at myself that I missed it. So would you rather get your knees done or keep them how
keep them the way
keep them how you made
Yeah,
them?
let me dangle my feet in all these chairs.
You see, now we were talking about community, and now my community is going to get on me for not immediately noticing that White Chicks reference. Have you ever had a rumor that you've heard about yourself that makes you laugh?
I think the only rumor that I ever heard was, she has kids, she has 3 kids.
Well, you did tell us all
Yeah.
your kids in Storytime with Karen, to be fair.
Even though it's just a filter, but.
And what were their names again?
It was Sophie, Mikael, and Fernanda.
I love it.
Yeah.
And they will be back in a future Storytime. Have you ever pretended not to see someone in public?
No.
Never?
No.
Never.
No, I just hide behind things. Everything's taller than me.
That is. That technically is pretending not to see someone. We got there in the end. Okay, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Bad hygiene.
Oh, wait, we did answer that
Yeah.
one. Okay, well, what is your weirdest talent besides a split? A high kick into splits. That was my knee cracking, everyone. A high kick into a split.
So old. That's how you know he's old.
I'm getting up there. I won't be competing anytime soon. No pageants for me.
I need.
So what we found is that I need to go get my knees done in Mexico. Yes. I'll get taller and maybe they'll fix it too.
I need to chill.
We're locked in? We gonna get back there eventually.
Yo.
Now, I'm sure you have at least one weird talent. What is it? No weird talents? None whatsoever. Okay. If your followers could learn a secret about you that they wouldn't automatically assume, what would it be?
That I'm only 4'11".
You're only 4'11". It's the heels that are giving her all the height right now. You didn't notice. Those are some big heels. How big are those?
I have no idea.
Large. You know. Now, okay, here's a good one. If you brought present Karen, Disney Karen, and let's say healing Karen into one room together, and they all got into one big blowout argument, which version is winning that argument?
The healing.
Healing Karen is winning the argument?
Yeah, she's the one that's making sense out of all that. Like, you should have. Like,
Yeah.
let me tell you what's really going on.
Now, if all three of those Karens got into a fight, who's winning that fight?
Oh, I don't know. They're all gonna be in an armadillo studies.
Armadillos, we're all just gonna ball up real quick. Now, I think that a lot of people, we finally got to learn the real Karen here, not just the
Yeah.
pageant queen, not just the performer, not just the community volunteer, but someone who is still healing, someone who
Yeah.
is still growing, still laughing, as we saw, and someone who is still choosing to show up every single day.
Yeah.
And I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we're all very excited to see where all of this takes you on your journey. And I hope we get to hear more about that on future story times with Karen,
Yes.
which I know you didn't ask for, but you're gonna get.
Get it?
Can we get the quote one more time on our way out?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
All right. Story time with Karen. You didn't ask for it, but you're gonna get it.
Thank you for
Coming
watching.
live from Studio 1986. Peace
Thank you
out.
so much.